I guess just with the uncertainty about Ty's health, kind of where's your quarterback pecking order this week with Cole and the freshman?
Yeah, we're evaluating Ty by the hour right now. Really trying to get a good feel for how he's feeling. But we'll go into practice kind of the same what we've been doing, kind of split those reps, see who has the best week of practice, and whoever we feel like gives us the best chance to win, that's who will play.
What kind of went into the decision to put in Kelly instead of Connor Nolan?
Well, Cole was running the ball. You know, he was doing some good things in the run game. He's got more experience than Connor. To put Connor in an SEC game in the fourth quarter, I think that would be unfair to him. Cole's obviously played against Ole Miss before. He's had a little bit more reps in games this year, and we just felt like that he gave us the best chance to finish it all.
Along those same lines, I think the SEC network guys were saying that you had said that Connor has been doing really well and actually has been maybe even doing better than Cole. I mean, what specifically has he been doing good lately at practice?
Yeah, I'm not sure where they got that, but you know, they've been splitting reps. Cole and Connor's been doing a good job. Connor has you know, just really understood the offense a little more than he has since we started. He's learning. He's getting more comfortable in the system. And I think that maybe be why he's been doing a little bit better in practice when he gets out there and gets some reps.
Joe, what was your overall take from the offensive production the other night? And then when you lost Boyd, Whaley, and Story, at that point, what happened?
Overall offensive production, I mean, I thought, you know, we didn't finish the game. You know, it doesn't matter what you do leading up to the end. If you can't finish it, it really doesn't matter. We knew we were going against a high-powered offense. I told our guys we can be a high-powered offense too. I thought up until the last 3 drives there, you know, we did some good things. But, again, if you can't finish the game, it really doesn't matter. And that's where I'm, you know, the most disappointed. Because it continues to be kind of a recurring theme that we just can't finish. We've had the ball in our hand to go win it against A&M. We had a chance to put it away at Colorado State. And then obviously last week against Ole Miss. So, you know, that's one thing we coach a lot is finish. I know yesterday even in, you know, stretch we were coaching finish in stretch lines, you know, and that's one thing that we're going to have to get over the hump. We're going to have to win a game like that to gain the confidence it takes to go ahead and put a team away when you're up. When you're up 9, I believe it was in the fourth quarter, and so we had a chance to do that, couldn't do it, and that's the most disappointing thing for me because I want the ball in our hands. You know, I want a chance to go win the game or to put it away, and that's what you got to have. You got to have the want to, and we do. We want to, and we got to learn how to do that and put it away.
What have you seen from the Tulsa defense overall, and what do you think of number 10, their safety bunch?
Well, that guy's really good, and I think he played quarterback in high school. You know, they've changed their philosophy. You know, we've played these guys at our previous stop, and they've completely changed their philosophy on defense. They're doing some really good things. I think they're doing things that kind of fit their personnel and what they have. But they do a really good job of disguising what they're trying to do. You know, number 10, like you said, he runs well. He's long, and he does a really, really good job for them in the back end. But they're aggressive defense. They're doing some different things from last year that we're going to have to be ready for, and look forward to playing a good game on Saturday.
With Whaley being out now for a couple of weeks and Boyd coming off that back injury, just what do you see from those other guys, Hayden and Williams and maybe Hammonds this week as you try to get them ready as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's about knowing the plan, you know, and having confidence that you can go execute the plan. You know, we put a big emphasis on our pass protections and picking up pressures, and knowing those things keep you on the field. And when you don't know those things and we can't trust you to put you out there, that makes it difficult to get playing time, because it's not only the running backs, but it's every position. It's not only what do you do with the ball in your hand, but what do you do when the ball's not in your hand. And that's the thing we've challenged all of our guys, to play. Even if you don't have the ball, hey, you still got a huge role in the team. You saw that the other night. We have a couple screens called that, we got it. And we just didn't execute. And with the ball not in our hand. And that's the thing that we got to do a better job of at every position. But all those guys that you mentioned, they all bring something a little bit different to the table. And we'll have them revved up and ready to go this week.
Hey, Joe, I know when you guys were at SMU, you had 3 real wild, high-scoring games with I think one of them was 43-40 or something, with Tulsa. What do you remember about those games, and kind of what do you anticipate Saturday? Like a shootout or?
Well, yeah, I anticipate it being a tough game. These guys have had some tough losses as we have this year. You look at their I think it was the second game of the season against the University of Texas, and they're right there in it. You look at Houston, they're right there in it, and a couple of unfortunate events at the end made it kind of a runaway, but they're right there in the game. South Florida, we watched that one in the hotel the other night. It was just heartbreaking the way they lost last week, and kind of the same way with us. So to me, it's a game that who wants it most, who wants to be there. And I know that one thing that our guys will be ready. Our guys will be amped up, and they'll be wanting to get back out there and prove, because again, we still got a lot to prove. And our guys, we had a good practice last night. Thought our guys moved around well, had a lot of good energy out there, and that's what I expect on Saturday. We have had a lot of close games with these guys past 3 years, but they're a completely different team. We're a completely different team, with obviously being here at the University of Arkansas, and again, I expect our guys to go execute at a high level, whoever we play.
You're sitting here, really less than 5 days out, because it's an 11 a.m. kickoff, and you're probably not sure about Ty's status. It may depend on how Cole and Connor practice. What's it like being 5 days out, and you're maybe thinking it could be any one of 3 different quarterbacks might play?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's kind of tough. Like I said, we've been getting updates on Ty every hour and trying to figure out kind of how he's feeling and how he's doing. And I talked to Dave right before we came down here, and I said he's feeling a little bit better than he has been. So that's good. But it's football. It is what it is, and you got to have the next guy ready to go. Just like the other night when you had Rakeem and Devois go out, Chase had to be ready to go, and it's part of the game. And I know whoever goes out there, whether it's Ty, Cole, or Connor, I know those guys they'll be ready to go, and they'll be coached up on the game plan, and they'll go execute for us at a high level.
Clary, several of his snaps seem to be high and not a lot of oomph on them, and he had been rolling them. Has he changed his technique maybe a little bit with the snap, or was that a product of the rain, or how much did that also affect the timing of some of y'all's plays?
Yeah, I think it obviously affected some of the timing of the plays. That's one of the things that was difficult. We knew we were going into the game against a team that was a struggling defense, but they were a defense that was number 2, I believe, in the SEC in red zone efficiency. So, we put a huge emphasis on that, and a couple costly, MAs, and then throwing off the timing of the play, like you said, kind of hurt us down there when we had a drive going and got hit for a TFL. So, I think anytime you play in the rain, it's difficult on both teams. That's no excuse, and we got to continue to get better and work. We work a wet ball drill every day at practice, and I don't think that's an excuse at all for bad snaps. I just think that we got to continue to get better, and Ty's got to continue to work on getting us a good snap. And again, he didn't roll any back there really the other night, just a couple high ones. But he also had a pretty good player in front of him too. So, and number 95. So, he's doing a good job for us. Again, he's learning as he goes, and he's definitely given us being in there. He's definitely given us the best chance up front to win.
With Boyd, how much do you feel you can count on him coming off the injury? And also, T.J. Hammonds has shown some flashes in the past. What does he kind of need to do to get in the mix?
Well, TJ, he kind of rolled his ankle a little bit in going into the game, and so we didn't feel like he was completely healthy. But I think Rakeem, it sounds like he's going to be fine. Kind of an older injury that he had sustained early in his career, and I think it was more precaution not to put him back out there than anything. But again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do know that he's a tough kid that wants to be out there. He's getting some confidence, obviously, with a long touchdown run. I think it was 69-yard touchdown run. He's getting some confidence in what we're doing schematically, and he's learning where to hit those schemed plays and where not to run and where to run, and he's learning how to be a physical back. So I do know he's a tough kid and he wants to be out there, and if the doctors clear him, I know he'll be ready to go.
Chad was in here earlier talking about the shot plays, and Cole's first pass was the touchdown play. And I'm wondering, are you wanting to increase that to kind of round out what you're doing offensively? And do you sense a little frustration that the receivers aren't getting as many deep balls as they might want? Yeah,
I mean, I sense frustration on the whole team, coaches, staff, players, support staff, you guys, the fans. I mean, there's a lot of frustration, and we got to continue to get better. And the shot play that we took the other day when Cole came in, it was actually not a designed shot play, but it's kind of the way the defense played. They played a cover 2 look there, and we got a release and worked the sideline there, and the safety got caught inside. So really wasn't designed to be that. But Cole did a nice job of finding that safety kind of hanging tight to the hash, and was able to throw a good ball in the end zone, and Petway made a great play. But those guys are, we want to take more shots, obviously, but also we understand too. I think we were a couple weeks ago, we were leading the nation in the most 3rd and longs. So if you take a shot on first down, you're 2nd and long. If you only get 3 yards, you're in a 3rd and long situation. So I thought we've done a really nice job of sustaining drives and moving the football. And I mean, shoot, we ran for 300 yards the other day, so that was what was working. And it's like I said all year, some days, it's going to be the run game. Some days it's going to be the pass game. And you got to be ready to make a play when your number's called. And, and that's kind of where we're at. Obviously, the rain the other night didn't help things in the pass game. Didn't think we threw the ball and caught the ball well in pregame warm-up. And, that stuff as a coordinator, you're always watching and seeing how your guys are doing and handling the conditions. Again, that's not an excuse. We've got to be able to pitch and catch no matter what the conditions are. And that's something we got to continue to get better at, and we will moving forward.
In the first quarter, had a couple other catches. Was Ole Miss doing anything later in the game to just take him away or take the tight end away?
Oh yeah, they were doing some things, trying to keep a safety over the top. We had a play in the red zone. We called again to CJ, and they kept a safety over the top of him. I definitely think that hitting him early on the touchdown play, they brought field pressure on that thing, and we had a good call on there, and CJ was wide open and made a great catch. And and they're doing a lot of things to try to take away a lot, with our run game later in the game, and then obviously trying to take away CJ with what he's been able to do the past couple of weeks. So that's good. That means that opens up other things for other people and other opportunities for wide outs like you're talking about, and so we'll see how moving forward teams start to play us, and we'll be ready to go for that.
More questions for Coach Craddock?
All right, thanks, guys.
Hey, I know. Oh, is somebody over there? Oh, okay, sorry. I know everybody respects Ty's toughness, but when you're sitting up there and you see him running, are you like going, get down, or just, I mean, how do you handle that with him? You want him to make yards and get first downs, but protect himself too.
Yeah, he is. Like you said, he's a very tough kid. I know one thing about Ty is if I know anything, is he really wants this team to win football games. And I don't think it matters to him what he has to do to help us win. There was a lot of disappointment and tears being shed after the game, and none more than him sitting over there, just upset. And I put my arm around him, told him I loved him, I loved his fight, and I just see that, in his eyes, that he really wants to help the University of Arkansas win football games, and he will do whatever it takes to do that, because he's a warrior and he plays with a lot of grit and toughness. For me, I obviously don't want any of my guys getting banged up or hurt. That's the last thing I want. So I think there's times in the game where you want him to slide, and there's times in the game where he's got to get the first down. And it's unfortunate. I think that when he got hurt the other day, it wasn't really the hit that he took. I think it was just his head hitting the ground was kind of the issue there. But I think Coach Morris said that he, as soon as he got over there on the field, I'm up in the box. As soon as Coach got over there on the field, all Ty wanted to know was, did I get the first down? And that says a lot about that kid and what he's trying to do to help us win, and it means a lot to him. And I can't say enough good things about Ty.